I'm Vijaya Reddy from Dezignaire India. Today we are in RBD Stillwaters, Bangalore. We have with us Mr. Rambhat and Mrs. Arunabhat. Hello ma'am, hello sir. I would be pleased if you could share some of your experiences with us.
Sure, Vijaya, you can go ahead.
Okay. How do you cherish your home?
You know, it's been the home that we wanted always. And we've been planning for it for some time. And Aruna has been on the job for quite some time now. And we are very pleased it's all come to a finish that we wanted. We've just moved in and we're enjoying every bit of it. So I think as time passes, we'll be able to answer this question even better.
Quite right. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Great. So as you know, there are so many designers, designing firms in Bangalore. So how did you finalize with Dezignaire India?
When we had come to see this project, we happened to luckily pass by our neighbor's house, which has been done by your same firm really.
Okay.
And there was a wow factor there. And it's been done in an entirely different way. The style is entirely different.
Mm-hmm.
And we quite like that as well. And then when we asked for reviews with them, so they gave a very positive feedback. And that made us very confident to approach your firm. So that's it really. So we didn't have to go anywhere looking. It was just a word of mouth. But it was very positive one. So we just went back.
So for Aruna, it was all about the quality of work done there, and the choice of colors and the design, etc. But for me, it was also about the reliability factor. Having been in people industry for almost 25-30 years, we interact with lots of people, and I think we've got a hang about whom to trust. It's all about trust once again.
Right.
And we had that trust factor from the very beginning. When we met Anil and Shruti, we felt we can trust our project with them. And then the person who has to execute it from our end was also quite pleased. So we thought we'd jump in and go with the designer.
Okay, great. So what do you say, what is the best part in your house? What do you like the most?
For me, I like every bit of it, but I've always been very keen on the study area. I've made it very clear to Shruti as well that that has to come out, nicely. Aruna being a avid reader, and since we have got lots of books, we wanted that area to be done very nicely. I wanted it to be in a traditional outlook. Aruna wanted a bit of a blend of modern as well in that. So we had something in mind, and whatever Shruti suggested seemed to work absolutely fine. And the best part is the carpenters have brought it out just the way that Shruti imagined it, or we imagined it. And it's come out really well.
Okay. Do you, ma'am?
For me, as you said in the very beginning, that both the classic and contemporary. There are days when I really like to be in a contemporary mood. So there are days where I like to be in a more traditional mood. So that's how perhaps my house has also come about. It's got both because my personality is also that way. So I'm very glad that you've given us a very good combination of both, so that nothing is left out.
It suits your mood always.
Quite right.
Okay. Can you tell us a couple of interesting moments with Dezignaire India?
I think every bit of it has been this journey a memorable one. A lot of fond memories. There have been times where I was very anxious about how it would turn out. We used to call up Shruti multiple times. But then it has always ended in a very pleasant one. So, a lot of good memories, fond memories down the line. To pick up one would be very difficult. You see anything, you kind of relate to those experiences when it was getting made. So yeah, a lot of good ones. I never knew Duco paint and what work goes into that, what effort goes into that. For me, it was really interesting. Never come across how a Duco paint is done. For me, that word itself was new when it came to designing. And it was very interesting to see how much of work really goes into that. The kind of effort that the carpenters have to make or the polishing person has to make. And the health hazards as well associated. And that gives a special bond with these things, because knowing that a lot of effort has gone into that makes it quite a bit sentimental and emotional as well about these things. So, yeah.
Did the designing team help you in visualizing the project?
Very much, really. I mean, what I was wanting from the designers in the outset itself was that they should have a lot of creative ideas themselves. I personally had few ideas as well of mine, which I really wanted. When I came to this project, I had made up my mind that some of these areas I want the effect to be this way. So I had some firm ideas. I was looking out for some creative ideas in other places, and I got exactly the same, from Shruti. Shruti had a lot of creative ideas to give, a lot of multiple alternative designs, she came up with. And more importantly, she was very flexible with my ideas too, trying to understand what I wanted, trying to make designs out of that, and trying to suggest, any better alternatives even on that, and not pressurizing, to select any one. And I think, that's a perfect blend of what, one would look for. So that's how it's been.
How was your experience with project execution team?
I think from my aspect, or I think Ram would agree on this, is that what we see in the pictures and what comes out should be very close. One can be realistic, definitely, but if that's as close as possible, then it's a success really. And we can very well say that it's been so. The images that we saw and what's been delivered, and within reasonable time limits as well. So I think from that perspective, I'm quite happy.
Okay.
So I think you've said what I wanted to say. Unless the designer clearly spells out what he or she wants to the carpenters or painters or whoever it could be, the artist, because the artist will have his own viewpoint on it as well.
True.
But eventually it is the end user who has to be catered to. So as long as they take our point of view when they are executing, and whatever changes are made is based on our input. And it is because once we come up with a 3D view, and the designer makes the 2D diagrams, etc., it is pretty much what we want.
So, what is the best compliment you have received so far about your house?
I think people have most of our guests who have appreciated that, said that it's a pleasant blend. Feel good about it. There's a feeling of warmth. So I think it's been a general expression for most of our guests.
I think, Aruna was telling one of the guests that they, as soon as they walk in, they feel it's very peaceful. They found warmth, and they found that there was attention to detail in every corner. That is what we feel as well.
Beautiful people like you deserve the most beautiful house. That is what has happened. And Dezignaire India wishes your home be filled with happiness, love and harmony. Thanks for your valuable time. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for joining me.